What's up, everybody? Good evening. Happy Friday. Fantastic Friday. Your shepherd is here, along with the Commissioner Rhino. You are watching the Week 10 lineup advice, lineup tips, lineup show. Before we get into that, of course, all the questions, all the roster decisions that we have to make. We have to. We're going to.
Yeah.
We must discuss briefly because there wasn't really that much to take away from the game except for the Thursday night football explosion. Rhino, man, Rhino, that's the stuff that makes you play, that keeps you playing.
Yeah.
That's the fantasy gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Mr. Jim.
Especially in a wide receiver premium league like you are, 90 points from Chase.
Well, do you want to discuss that? I
No,
mean,
no,
the wide receiver premium, because
no.
if memory recalls, 50% of the on air talent right now is the one who created that type of premium. Nevertheless,
Yep.
you're still very liable to lose.
Yep.
As I keep that as my team name here, you will lose with 90 points from Jamar Chase.
Just this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a great game, man. It's funny because the first half it started slow, the second half was just like bam, bam.
it started slow. Yeah, that you're not the only one that has that sentiment. You're really not. um, but again, it was. I say it was the fantasy gift that keeps on giving, because when someone receives a gift, it's a nice gesture, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
like you don't like necessarily get gifts every week, right? No, you get
No.
a gift on your birthday, you get a gift for Christmas, you get a gift, the special occasions, right? Well, this was a gift, and everything lined up perfectly for it. You've got, arguably, um, you had a top, yeah, you had a top five, top four quarterback. You have the top wide receiver, the number one PPR fantasy points wide receiver, and you had the worst freaking secondary in the league.
Which side? Both secondaries were trash.
The absolute worst. The 32nd ranked
Yeah.
secondary. So
Yeah.
you line those two up, you line those two up together, and you were in for fireworks. So yeah, kind of like started off slow. Look, you don't again. I say it's a gift. You don't necessarily you don't get performances like that often.
No.
You don't. However, when you do, you're basking in it. It's glory. If you had the quarterback again, it's glory. You didn't just reap the benefits if you were a Jamar Chase owner. If you were the Joe Burrow owner, look at what you got too. And of course, and I do have Joe Shiesty on a couple of teams, more than a couple of. That just goes to show you're in too many leagues when you don't have an accurate tally of the amount of times that you have Joe Burrow, or an accurate tally for that matter, the amount of times that you do have Jamar Chase. It makes you. This is the maniacs in us. It kind of makes you disappointed
Mm.
or sad that you don't have them more.
Yeah.
The top 10 all-time PPR performances. Number 9, Jamar Chase. You know who number 8 is?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Everybody was, a little concerned about his preseason holdout. A little concerned that the Bengals were a little concerned that Joe Burrow wasn't going to be able to hold up.
Yeah, there was a lot of concern, especially with his wrist. Yeah. They showed him on the sideline grimacing though.
He did. Yeah, he was that wasn't his wrist last night though, correct?
No, it was his wrist because he had trouble.
Was it his
Yeah,
wrist?
but it was non-throwing hand. It was left hand. But yeah, when he went to grab his helmet, you could see him grimacing.
So in other words, it's another wrist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
How you doing, Mad Math? Max is just more fall my cough drop.
Look at this, Max, man. So me and Max were brainstorming, chopping it up earlier in the week. So yeah, Jamar Chase is obviously the focal point to last night's performance and that fireworks. But it's worth noting, right? And this where me and Max were in the lab a few nights ago. It's worth noting that on Tuesday evening, based on last week's performance from one tight end, Mike Gesicki, that people were, putting in several claims for him.
Yeah.
And you can't necessarily fault those for attempting to chase points, especially at that position, especially at the tight end position where it's extremely unpredictable and we're not sure exactly how consistent these players at this position are going to be. Where we have a little bit, we've got much more concrete data for the wide receiver and the running back, but the tight end, it's just the nature of the position where it's a lot more unpredictable. But I recall, and I'm not even going to go to the messages, and Mad Max will vouch for it. It was like, should we go with Mike Gesicki? Are we going to add Mike Gesicki? What do you think? What should we do? What's the plan? I was like, well, I mean, while everybody's like fawning over Mike Gesicki, I seem to recall that there's a wide receiver on this team, for crying out loud.
Yep.
Like, well, why would we want to chase points there when we haven't? When we need to take into account the wide receiver one in the league.
Yep.
That's on the field.
Running back and Chase Brown, who's getting his.
There's another one. There's another one. I'm actually very happy for Chase Brown.
Yeah, I am too, because me and you took a lot of crap for our love for Chase Brown. A lot of people were disparaging of our love for him.
Was it what I mean, I think it was more along the lines of their love for Zach Moss, rather our love for the right running back. Oh, Zach Moss. There's only one. I'm only aware of like a couple of Mosses. One being Randy, the other one maybe Santana. Zach Moss, I've seen this guy. I've seen it with my own eyes. Zach Moss, come on. And I've also seen Chase Brown. So, well, yeah, Chase Brown could fumble in a game like last night. As long as I see 18, 19, 20 points out of a feature running back, I'm gonna be all right there. I'm gonna be all right.
42 yards rushing.
See, man. See, this is where me and Maxie are gonna differ a little bit, but I mean that's okay. We're all entitled to our opinions, of course. We're not always going to be right.
No.
We're not always going to be right. Right, Sniper? Yeah, I mean, look, Khalil Herbert wasn't the option, at least not that fast. I know that there were video clips of him on the field getting acclimated. Got there damn quick, almost like he's been there, right? Trade deadline was Tuesday. It says like he was like basically there already. Nevertheless, it was too fast. If the Bengals were playing this Sunday, and Khalil Herbert, that transaction is completed that Tuesday, maybe I could see him maybe getting more work in. Maybe maybe getting more up to speed on the playbook itself. And it's not the playbook as in run off tackle right. Zone block here, you know what I should say? It's more like block here, block there. Here's the protection here, there, everywhere.
The hole's gonna be right here. Try to hit that hole. Even though he gets activated, he'll be activated more going to next week. It'll still be
Yes,
70, 30, 75, 35.
yes, yeah. I'm gonna agree with that, or I'm gonna agree with that until we see otherwise.
Yeah.
Until we see the snap counts, the snap percentages, however you want to dice it up. Yeah. Right now, it will be Chase Brown's backfield to lose. Same situation that we have in New York, where Tyrone Tracy has, taken the lead there. Where Devin Singletary will now come in and kind of spell him on some carries here and there. Maybe the 2-minute offense. Maybe Santana Moss.
He's the one now.
Santana Moss, sniper. Played for the Steelers, and did he play for the? No. Yes.
Yes, Steelers.
No, no. That's Holmes. I'm thinking of the wrong. Santana Moss. He was on the Jets.
Redskins too, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
A long time ago.
He was on the Redskins. Pretty sure. Santonio Holmes was a Steeler.
Yep, he's the one that caught the touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. The winning touchdown pass.
Yeah, there's a Santana Moss for sure. For sure. Without me having to look it up. What about Dotson?
Your own risk, especially with
yeah. So right, Mad Max, man. He's a good dude. Yeah. Played for all three. Speaking of Mad Max, always here. The two of us in the lab. Should come away with some music. Some Godfather music with that. Is Sniper asking about Johan Dotson? Santana Dotson? What? I don't know what this. I don't know what the Sniper's up to this evening. she still may be reeling from the trade deadline, or maybe there was something else on Tuesday that she's reeling from. I don't know. Could be one or the other or both.
Could be.
Sniper's about to clinch this week, I think.
Ooh. Actually, your thoughts on the best playoff defense option?
Well, this is what I could tell you. Is how I play it. And without again, I don't have those matchups in front of me, in front of us, for week 15 or week 16, 17. But what I do want is the two. See, you're gonna see a lot of charts, I feel.
Yeah.
Unless you're just gonna do it like actually manually, but you'll see charts that are gonna be presented to you, whether they be from those on X or whether you could just like do a basic Google search of like the best playoff, and then boom. It's gonna be rare that you're going to find the best defenses to stream now that also have the best matchups 15, 16, and 17. You're not going to have a clean sweep of 3 weeks like that. What you will have, though, is 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Now, which 2 out of 3? That's going to be on that's really dependent on the team. Now, from there, you definitely want the best week 15, because what difference does week 16 and 17 do for you if you don't win 15?
Right.
So, like, yeah. What I mean by a chart, like, okay, so let's say hypothetically speaking, we take, let's say the Rams. Week 15, they have like a juicy matchup. So that would be highlighted green. But
it's either Arizona or Seattle.
So let's just play this out. Just so let's run this tape in my head. So week 16, however, let's say it's a tough matchup. That would be in red. Week 17, however, is back to a green, a good matchup.
Yep.
You definitely want the team that has the green lit matchup first, week 15. Don't worry about the week 16 and 17 that both have great matchups. If the week 15 is a tough matchup. Am I making sense?
No, oh yeah, because that's how I do it. Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll find like let's take like the Dolphins. Just again, hypothetical. Week 15, Dolphins, great matchup, but week 16, bad matchup. Red. Week 17, good matchup. You may want to do something along those lines. Like again, it's going to be difficult for you to find a team that has 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for you to find one that's going to be like 2 great ones in a row and then 1 shitty on week 17 and then vice versa. Like, okay, so a really, really bad one, but yet 2 good ones. So again, you want the one, at least the first one, week 15. Then we worry about it from there. You're not. It's if you could find if there is one that exists where it's kind of like, okay, great matchup week 15, so and so matchup week 16, you may want to pull the trigger there.
And also, you think about too, like week 14, all those bye weeks, all those like 6 teams. I think one was the Jets. Jets is the top 5 defense, I believe, if not top 10. So you want to keep your eye on that because people might be dropping the Jets. You could pick them up.
Oh yeah,
or one of the top teams, especially if it's a team that gets lots of sacks and lots of pressures too. So
it's the sacks you would want. You want a team that is solid in sacks, good pass rush. That could always lead to the fumble recovery or the fumble. Again, I mean it's tough right now, Max. Being in week 10, but but then again, I don't know how difficult it is. Like let me put it this way: I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pick up the defense now either. I think you could probably hold out a couple of weeks, wait till we get a little bit closer. Week 12, week 13, I may want to add the second defense. Yeah. Add the second defense there where if you've got some guy, if you've got Deontay Johnson on your roster, I mean that still, and if it keeps up the way it has been, you could probably release him at that point.
Nice segue into the question: Deontay Johnson or Jameson Williams rest of the season? Well, Jameson Williams.
Well, we have a pretty good book on J-Mo before he got suspended again. Yeah. We have a good book on him, and we have now a lousy book on Deontay Johnson's.
The way they're talking tonight, while I was watching one of the shows on NFL Network, that Deontay Johnson right now is wide receiver 3 out of that between
Wallace
Flowers and Bateman. So
I'm glad you said Bateman and not Wallace.
Jameson Williams, he'll get you some points. You know, he might get you 20 points, he might get you 10, but he'll get you points. So my brother, my adopted grandson, Hussein. How you doing, brother?
Mr. Shepard. Could I come in, Mr. Shepard? What is it, Javante? I'd like to start this week. Could we get a go? I think I'm ready. Are you sure you're ready, Javante? Are you sure? Because right now the way our team is playing, we can't afford any more 40-yard performances. I'm ready, Mr. Shepard. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Yeah. It is a beautiful Friday. It is. It's a beautiful Friday.
Yeah.
For many reasons. Many reasons. The additional reasons we won't get into on this show. We could get into them, privately amongst ourselves in another setting, another platform. But for these purposes here, it's a beautiful Friday. What we saw last night was beautiful. If you're the Jamar Chase fantasy manager, the Joe Burrow fantasy manager, even a Chase Brown fantasy manager. Same thing for the Ravens. Let's not discount Lamar Jackson.
No.
Let's not discount that. You're going up into the Sunday main slate feeling nice this time of year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Traded Jaden and Devontae for Allen and Amon.
Did we answer our friend? Did we answer our friend back over there?
Yeah.
Regarding JMO over there. Well, yes. We did answer him. By the way, if you are new to the channel, please give us a like. Please subscribe. We really appreciate you. We are here for you the rest of the season, throughout the entire year. 360, not really 365 days, but just subtract like 3 days a week off of that. We're gonna be here. We're not going anywhere. Anyway, traded Jaden and Devontae Adams, right? Devontae Adams for Josh Allen and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, PPR. I like that.
It's a big boy trade.
Yeah.
It's a big boy trade. Yeah, I like that too, as a matter of fact.
But Devontae, Devontae showed out last game, but not really towards the end. Not the way I think people thought he was going to be showing out. It's still Garrett Wilson's team, don't you think? Because you're the Jets fan.
I think that it's. I mean, if you want to use that phrase, okay, yeah, I don't want to sit here and push back on that too much. Is it Garrett Wilson's team? Sure it is. That's not to say that Devontae Adams couldn't have the same type of 2 touchdown performance.
Oh, no,
and
I'm not saying that,
you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, right. So like, yeah, it's Garrett Wilson's team because Devontae Adams is about a game or 2 away from putting in his retirement papers. That's why it's Garrett Wilson's team. But for fantasy,
plus,
but let's
and plus with Devontae out there now, he's grabbing the number 1 cornerback too, number 1 DB.
But let's evaluate. Let's evaluate it from this standpoint. We've seen a great deal from Jaden Daniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this is Jaden Daniels. We've seen him perform at a level that many did not expect. He's been playing lights out. Will this continue? Can this continue? Our friend over here is thinking to himself, it may not.
Well,
he may be due for a couple of.
They'll be good tests this week against the Steelers defense.
It'll be of course it's going to be it's going to be a huge test. Josh Allen has kind of been like hot and cold, more hot than cold, but still like not this prolific. Throwing 2 touchdowns, rushing for 2 touchdowns. They're getting it done, the Bills. They are certainly getting it done, but it may not be necessarily, it's not all Superman Josh Allen. But that's not to say that that could very well shift, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So in that sense.
And plus, if you look, I'd rather have, as looking at it this way too, with Devontae and Amon, who's the quarterback, start throwing to him. I trust Goff more than I trust Aaron Rodgers right now.
The indoor cat.
The indoor cat. Yep.
The indoor cat. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
More or less. Somewhat. It's a good deal. I can see it working both ways, as a matter of fact. But it could. If I could see it working both ways, then that means I could definitely see it working. For that way, your way, his way. Mr. Magic Goat, Debo or Tyreek, rest of season. This may come is a little bit of a surprise to some here on this channel. But I'm gonna go Debo without Brandon Ayuk. Getting CMC back. This is going to as long as Debo could stay healthy.
That's
this
it
is
right there.
this is going to this is going to make for some really solid spike performances. Now Tyreek, I have my own theory, which dates back to preseason. Tyreek's only got one touchdown on the season. He's really got one solid game. Now, we have to take that with a grain of salt. We know that he's been without a quarterback for a good chunk of this season.
Mm-hmm.
But that first week he scored with Tua. Then he had another game. I think he has week 2 without Tua. Then it was several weeks without Tua. Now that Tua is back and he still hasn't scored yet. Now, again, my theory that dates back to the preseason is the fact that defenses were going to kind of sort of figure him out as much as you could possibly can.
Yeah.
So it's put a clamp down on Tyreek Cheetah's production this season. You've got the advent of Mr. Devon A-Chain, who they seem like they're pretty content just continuing to pepper him and making him the focal point of this offense. And there might be some better days ahead for Jalen Waddle because, again, if the defenses still need to continue to key in on Tyreek, that means Tua's going to have to distribute the ball elsewhere besides A-Chain. I'm going to go. I'm going to stick with the call. I'm going to go with Debo here.
See, I would say Tyreek just because Debo is so injury prone right now.
I'm going to go.
Especially with CMC back.
I'm going to go with Debo. I'm going to go with Debo here. Just I think considering if knock on wood, this man just continues, or I should say not continues, but begins the season this upcoming Sunday, healthy, strong, CMC's back. We should have a really, really good offense. We should have a good Niners offense. I don't think Brandon Ayuk really moves the needle here. Unfortunately.
I still like Tyreek more. But that's the way it is. Trade Jamar for AJ Brown and Gibbs. What's your other receivers like? Who's gonna hurt? For one thing, I mean, I do like to trade, especially with Gibbs.
It'd be hard for me to look myself in the mirror. It really would be hard for me. I get it, but
He has DK and Puka as other receivers.
That's the question for me is who are the running backs that you need?
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs. That's the question for me.
And one thing about AJ Brown too is he seems to get hurt every other week. Too. Jamar's a little bit healthier, but with added presence of Gibbs, that's JT Dobbins, other running back. The running back.
No, who's
JT and Dobbins? Never mind. Yeah, so
I'm not doing that.
No.
That the other owner could keep Jahmyr Gibbs, who's in a timeshare with David Montgomery. There's no timeshare for Jonathan Taylor as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware of.
No special Richardson bench.
There's no time. It's JT and who's the other one? I'm sorry.
Dobbins.
There's no timeshare for J.K. Dobbins right now.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm going to get Jahmyr Gibbs and a lesser wide receiver in A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
who by the way, has a pretty impeccable health record, with the exception of that one season in Tennessee.
Well, he's been out a couple times this year.
He has an impeccable health record leading up to
Okay.
these two games this season, and some injuries with Tennessee. He missed some time, and one game last year. He's pretty solid. He's pretty reliable in terms of his health. AJ Brown. Nothing. There's been nothing outstanding, I should say, except for that early season with Tennessee. That second year, I believe. Yeah, I'm not doing that, Mr. Magic Goat. I'm not going to do
No,
that. I'm going
I
to
wouldn't
keep.
either.
I'm going to keep Jamar Chase. Due to based on what we've uncovered with the rest of the roster. Yeah. Oh yes, I'm. This is why I'm here. This is why Rhino's here.
To be
This is
entertaining.
this is why we're here. And then you could win some fantasy games along the way. That's nice to get that information back. And by the way, not only was I entertained, but the advice that you gave helped me.
Win, win, win.
Wouldn't that be a novel idea? It is a novel idea. It's exactly what we've been doing for 20 plus years.
Leggett, Waddle, or Jennings need one to start this week. Half PPR. Thanks.
I do like Jalen Waddle. But I'm not sure if I would take him, place him, start him over Leger. We call him
No.
Leger here. Jawan Jennings is a little bit of a wild card also.
And I think
Again,
he's still questionable too.
there's a little bit of a wild card. Niners. So when in doubt, because this isn't an easy one. When in doubt,
Secondary's been playing better too lately. Leggett's going against
the Giants.
Giants.
That I know. Niners versus the Bucks. Oh, this could be like licking your chops against the Bucks. Licking the chops, but again, it's like Jawan Jennings. Can he see some decent volume? Yeah, but like, is it going to be any better or worse than Xavier Leggett's? I don't know if it's going to be any better or worse.
Especially with Pearsall on there too.
No, especially
I go Leggett.
Well, no, then we're missing the key one here. It's Jalen Waddle. It's Jalen Penguin Waddle. Now the dude did fall into the end zone last week, so that was encouraging. But like the rest of the stat line wasn't really encouraging. He is playing the Rams.
The Rams secondary is playing a lot better right now.
Yeah, they are
A lot better.
They are.
So whose secondary is worse? The Giants or the Rams?
Probably the Giants right now. Probably.
So I would go Leggett. He's wide receiver 1 in that group with Carolina.
Consensus is probably going to have this Waddle ahead of Leggett. Probably.
Yep. But we're not consensus. That word.
Consensus is Sniper Mel's consensus. Who sowed his consensus? We are the servants of consensus.
So would you go Leggett then?
I don't know about that. All right, so if the Ram, let's talk this out for a second. If the Ram secondary is playing better, which they are, then let's go back to my preseason theory. Wouldn't they want to key in on Tyreek Hill, try to take him out of the equation? This opens it up for the Penguin.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk it out, talk it through.
And if Waddle finds the middle of the field and is being covered by freaking Bloom,
now that
he can't cover freaking shit.
Yes.
Then he's going to eat.
Yeah, so and Xavier Leggett, Jalen Waddle is coming in a little above consensus. So is Jawan Jennings, by the way. Um, we're gonna go with Jalen Waddle and the Penguin with Tua in LA. That's what we're gonna do, Derek Buck Goat. That's what we're gonna do. What about the Rams, Sniper? What about them? How do you feel about them? Well, we know how Rhino feels about them. I'm just speaking. Yes. Just keep speaking your opinion. Jono being taken a lot of targets away. Yeah, now that's the dude who's working the middle of the field.
Yeah.
and yes, yeah, Jono has seen targets for sure. For sure. And again, I kind of feel like Tua's having a hard time getting the ball to Tyreek Hill. That's just my feeling without having really full concrete evidence of it, which we should, by the way, but we don't. We will at some point. Yeah, Jonnu is. But here's the other thing about Jonnu. Here's the other thing about the Dolphins. They don't like that tight end either.
Yeah.
They don't want to use him. I feel like they have to use him at this point, but they don't want to. They want to get the ball to their wide receivers. That's where the speed on the field is, especially these two.
So should I trade DK and Puka then for CD? As a package deal? No. No.
Dak's on IR. Are you a Cooper Rush fan, Mr. Goat? Magic Goat?
No, I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of Puka. That's for sure.
Well, let me ask it in another way.
Let you throws another punch.
Were you listening 3 minutes ago when I went on a half soliloquy on my theory with Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
How they're keying in on him. Well, what do you think they're gonna do with CeeDee Lamb right now?
Yeah, they're gonna key on him. Open the door for Jason Ferguson and Tolbert. Big time. And plus is Cooper Rush. Even though they're saying that CeeDee Lamb still put up pretty good numbers with Cooper Rush as quarterback last year when Dak was out.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Not that that's like so drastically that long ago, because it's not that. So it's not like the dude was like put on ice and now they're defrosting Cooper Rush to now make the start. It's not that. But I mean, like, I don't. Again, look, as a CeeDee Lamb owner, by the way, as a matter of fact, yeah, this is not a good thing. It's not good. Cooper Rush coming in there is maybe CeeDee Lamb will get in the end zone a couple of times the rest of the season. Maybe.
Yeah.
This is not your CeeDee Lamb chops with Dak Prescott. It's just not. Cooper Rush, I'm sure, is going to do a fine job. Here's the right. What was that conversation that we had, Rhino? Fuck. All right, regardless. Right, so Cooper Rush coming. Oh, it was the Malik Willis conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you. Of course, I could count on you. Right there, Sniper. It's the Malik Willis conversation. Malik Willis in week 2 is not Malik Willis in week 9.
No.
So Cooper Rush now coming in at this time of year is not going to be the same as Cooper Rush 2022 coming in week 2. It's just not. However, I think if the Cowboys record was maybe flipped, and the pressure would be on him to continue to win for the Cowboys, That's different. That's different also. So that kind of cancels it out. My early season theory versus mid-season theory versus how your teams are doing.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. CeeDee Lamb is the only one that's startable. Maybe Rico Dowdle still. Maybe Ferguson. Maybe that's it. That's it for the Cowboys. And no,
Definitely Ferguson.
wouldn't make that trade either. I'm not making that trade. Not
Connor or Devontae Smith flex PPR. What?
I'll probably go Connor, but
I would go. Actually, I would go Connor too.
I don't particularly like it. I don't particularly like seeing Amari DiMercato take one to the house last week either.
That was, yeah, that was surprising. Was that more of a fluke? And Edgar or Trey Benson.
Yeah.
Edgar Benson. Trey Benson's starting to eat a little bit more into his carries too.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wanna think that it's a fluke. Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of want to be like, yeah, like they do have another running back in the system that they can rely on, but we're not just gonna take carries away from James Conner. You want to talk? You I know that you enjoy touching up on and shedding a spotlight on injuries and injury players. James Conner is one injury away from his season ending at this point. However, the Jets defensive line on the road, that's not James Conner.
Yeah, and then plus with Devontae Smith, with AJ Brown back, he's not gonna have the same looks as he has the last two games too. And because me and you have talked about how his targets have dropped a little bit. He still gets it, but not not to the extent he generally does with AJ Brown.
If AJ Brown is on the field, Devontae Smith is 1A.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith for your flex, though. James Conner for your flex. These are decent problems to have. Nevertheless, problems, challenges. WT23 GOAT. You know what time it is, GOAT.
Call Tyrone.
Munich is calling Tyrone.
Yeah, go Tyrone.
Munich is calling him.
I think he's gonna have a big game this week. Big game.
That's it right there. Yeah, we still haven't even seen Tyrone being unlocked to the passing game.
Mm-mm.
Full volume running back. Did you enjoy Chase Brown last night? Full volume. Yeah, Devin Singletary will come in every once in a while. He'll come in every once in a while. Got to give him a breather. Got to give Tyrone a breather. James Conner, on the other hand, although we just recommended him 30 seconds ago, based on perceived volume in the situation, perceived matchup in the situation. Again, James Conner, like his finger might be bothering him. Let alone, could you imagine if it's an ankle?
Yeah.
Or worse? Well, I don't know if it's worse than an ankle. Knee would be worse. Tyrone, it's Tyrone. Wheels up, baby. Wheels up.
What do we got next?
Some of my managed leagues. I know you do. Sure, of course you like some managed leagues. Lot better than your managed leagues last season, if there were any that I'm aware of. Where are we?
Are you doing Quincy?
Oh, it's the Quincy Goat.
Like and subscribe.
It's the Quincy Goat, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Quincy Goat? Munich is calling Tyrone. Munich, baby.
Especially the possibility that Nico is actually going to play. He looked good out there today running around. But yeah, I go Tracy. I do like Tank Dell, but
Nico didn't practice. Nico's not going to play, is he?
they're saying when I was watching the NFL Network, they're saying it's a good chance that he's playing.
The NFL Network said that there's a good chance that he's playing, let alone he hasn't practiced all week.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. Would you go Tracy? Still go Tracy? Against Carolina's defense and Tate Dell going against Detroit?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would. Yeah. We have more opportunity with Tyrone Tracy with against Carolina than we would Tank Dell even with or without Nico. Although if Nico really doesn't play, and we're not gonna, it doesn't seem like we're gonna know this until like Saturday night, and I mean like not like tomorrow at this time. I'm talking like midnight, or even Sunday morning. So it's not gonna make the decision easy. Well, the Texans playing when?
Sunday night.
Fuck, man. So it's like, yeah, so Quincy needs to. All right. Well, I mean, look, you could put Tyrone in now for the early game on Sunday morning. If we get some decent information tomorrow at some point, and I mean like 11 p.m., 1 a.m., that Nico Collins is trending towards playing, then we have a decision to make on whether we want to yank Tyrone out of the flex and put Tank in or out. If Nico Collins is out, but again, we're not going to know it though. We're not going to know it.
Are you on Twitter or X, Quincy? If you are, follow us. I'll send you a link to Deepak Chopra. He's a doctor. He puts out really great information. I believe he did. He said today that, I put in our chat, that Nico could play. There'll be a dip in his targets.
Yeah, by the way, if anybody ever wants to get a hold of us, our handles are right there behind the magic goat.
Are they?
You can leave comments. Leave us comments on the video. Any comments.
You can find me at High Desert Ron.
Any comment. Tell Rhino that he needs a haircut.
Yep. Need a buff shine.
Oh, I need a haircut.
You need, you're set, man.
No, I need a haircut.
You got that nice fade.
No, it's time. Thank you though.
Fine.
No. D-Hop, Josh Downs leading towards Pittman is out. That I heard. I definitely heard that. So now with Miss Magic Goat. Yeah.
I like Downs.
I like Downs too.
Downs is the de facto, even in there, is a wide receiver one. Unless
like DeAndre Hopkins continues to find the fountain of youth.
Yeah, like we were talking about.
Not this week. Yeah. Not this week.
No, like we were talking about on Sunday too. I mean, he had a great game, or when we were talking about. But he had a great game, but a lot of it could have had the fact that Worthy got into the doghouse with Andy Reid for not paying attention where he was on the field.
Who's that? Cart Chisel Goat? Is that
I think.
Is that Nico? Yeah, let's try to get up an injury report. Here comes the injury report.
Max, me and you follow each other. I'm High Desert Ron.
He has a chance to play. he has a chance to play. Hamstring was limited today. The Texans designated Collins for return from injured reserve Friday, opening a 21-day window in which to evaluate him for a potential return to action. With a questionable designation in tow, he may be back for the first time since injuring his right hamstring in Week 5 against the Bills. The Texans will need to activate Collins by 4 p.m. Needs to be activated by 4 p.m. tomorrow for the wide receiver to have a chance to suit up this weekend. And then from there, so that just because we get that news tomorrow, that doesn't give us the whole picture. Yeah. 4 p.m. on Saturday for the wide receiver to have a chance to suit up this weekend, and for that transaction to happen, his status won't be confirmed until about 90 minutes before Sunday's 8:20 kickoff.
That does suck.
Yeah, I mean, look. If the fantasy gods and the schedulers wanted to make it easy for us, they would just like, just like ask us like who should play when. Should we play these guys? This team? Should this team play at this time? No, they don't make it easy for us.
Start 2. May, Wilson, or Tua? I go 2 on Wilson.
I would go. I'm gonna go with. Let's go with Tua. I'm going with Tua.
Let's go Tua and Wilson. Because Commander's defense, yeah. Lattimore's not playing yet, so.
Who's next? Said Sniper.
Pollard, Hunt, or Tracy?
Kareem the Dream. Kareem the Dream, man. He's living the dream.
Tracy and Hunt.
Kareem the Dream. I mean, yeah, look at the Chiefs continuous. They have an emphasis. Their emphasis starts with the run game. Whether that, and that's been Kareem Hunt successfully for damn near all season. Damn near. Kareem Hunt, man. Holy smokes. They are playing the Broncos. Good news is the game is in Kansas City. I would start Kareem Hunt as well. And I'm gonna go with after that, the other running back was not Pollard. Not Pollard.
You go, yeah. So Tracy and Hunt. Tyrone.
That's it right there.
E-Hop or Amari Cooper?
It's the Amari Cooper week.
Yeah.
It's the Amari Cooper week. Especially if Keon Coleman's not going to play.
No, he's out.
As long as Amari Cooper is going to play.
Yeah, keep eye on that because he had injury last week. So, but it looks like everything's pointing to him playing. And Keon Coleman's going to be out probably a couple of weeks with a wrist injury. So yeah, definitely Amari Cooper, especially the Broncos defense is better than Indianapolis is.
I'm trying to whistle some Godfather music. It's not working. This is going to be such a conundrum, and it will most likely dominate the stream tomorrow night. And it is what it is. It's what we're faced with. CMC is we know is playing in this ball game. That limit, I mean, that this now has officially limit Jordan Mason. He's not a start. Can't start Jordan Mason. I don't know what kind of timeshare this is going to be. I don't know. We don't know what kind of snap share this is going to be. It would be a serious fantasy malpractice to put Jordan Mason in now, knowing that CMC is going to play. Let's not forget the third wheel here, which again isn't expected to be an effective wheel, but he might be. He might be Isaac
Yeah.
Arendo. The issue for Max here is it Mason or ETN? Well, as long as ETN's playing, it's ETN.
Yeah. I mean, he does split carries with Tank, but
As long as
it's still pretty even even count.
you may want the experienced running back in there for Mac Jones. If Mac Jones plays, you might be looking at that. Still, it's ETN over Jordan Mason at this time. Monty, Jalen Waddle, Jawan Jennings, Wandale, or Xavier Worthy. Flex 1.
Not worthy.
Monty. Gonna leave Monty on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna leave Monty on the bench.
No, I'll agree with you. I do like Waddle, but I wouldn't leave Monty on the bench either.
Not in this situation. I mean, yeah, I like Waddle too, but not if there's a Monty there.
All right.
Yep. Who do we got? Here's the goat.
Okay.
Start 2 in the flex. 2 flex. Start 2 flex. Bucky, Pop, Leggett, Wandelius.
I go Wandell for 1.
I like Bucky. I like Bucky, and I like. I'm gonna go with Leggett here.
Bucky and Leggett.
I'm gonna go with Bucky and Leggett.
I go Bucky. Oh, geez, Bucky and Wandell.
Appreciate you coming. You guys are the goats of all goats. CMC is not going to shine this weekend.
Yeah, please temper your expectations on him. I mean, if you do play him, don't get too upset that he doesn't go off.
I think it's definitely prudent to temper the expectations for CMC this weekend. Yeah. The other side of the coin is would you be surprised if we saw him do 80, 90 yards and a touchdown on 15, 17 carries? Would that shock anybody here? It wouldn't surprise me.
No. But still temper expectations. If you think he's going to be the league winner right now,
CMC's on your if CMC's on your IR and you're 4-5, what are you doing?
Who are you dropping to?
Drop your nose. Drop anyone. You're activating CMC. You're dropping anyone. Player B. The question is, are you starting him? You're 4-5. You have to activate. You're activating CMC.
Personally, I'm not.
At 4-5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just I'm worried about the 2, not just 1, but 2. Both is Achilles tendonitis. I've had Achilles tendonitis before, and it's painful. And it could flare up pretty quickly again, too. So that's why I would lean not starting him the first week until I see how he is. Granted, he might get hurt the second week, but still, if you have let's say you have Gibbs, Mixon, and I don't know, Josh Jacobs or whatever. I'm going to start those guys instead of CMC.
Chances of you having CMC and Gibbs aren't that likely. But that's
Okay, it's hypothetical, jackass.
yeah, that's neither here nor there. If I'm 4-5, I'm gonna try to hit the home run. If he's playing, I'm playing him.
If I'm 4 or 5, I'm going to try to trade him to upgrade my team.
Well,
Also,
that's different, completely different set of circumstances. Now, we should have been off your team at this point. So the concussion protocol.
There's like, I think, different paths they have to go to pass. So it could go up to 2 weeks. It could be a week too, depending on how bad the concussion is.
You have to complete 5 different steps. 5 steps. So some players are able to complete the steps within the same week, and you can't complete 2 steps in the same day either. That's why it makes it a little bit difficult, which is why it sometimes, or from what we've seen of late, the concussions are carrying over. The protocol is carrying it over into the second week. But 5-step process. You can't do 2 in the same day. That's the protocol. At least the nuts and bolts to the protocol. Why, do you have one? Are we trying to clear you in time? I hope she heard me just now. All right, Rhino. 1 solid hour. You need to rest.
Yeah.
We'll be back for all the goats strong tomorrow night. Strong.
That's what I just want to say one thing. To any former Marines out there, happy Marine Corps birthday. I think it's our 249th on Sunday. So Semper Fi, double dogs, hoorah.
It's Veterans Day next week, right?
No, Monday.
Next week, right?
Okay, yeah, next week. Sorry. Shut up, man.
Oh, shit.
Monday, yeah, next week. It's in 4 days, 3 days. Marine Corps birthday Sunday.
But it's the Marine Corps birthday is this Sunday. Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll have to give another proper shout out tomorrow.
Oh, I'll definitely will. It's likely will. All
right, everybody. Want to thank you very much for coming in this evening to the Week 10 Lineup Advice Show. We will be back tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Start sit. I'm already shaking the table, getting ready. Guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much again.
All right. Good night.